Okay, so let's take a couple of day trips out of York. First, we'll begin at Castle Howard, which is an easy bus ride. I'll talk about that in a second. And then we'll go to Thirsk, where all creatures great and small got its start. And then we'll finish up at Whitby Abbey. Let's begin at Castle Howard, which is easily accessible by bus from downtown York on the Castle line. On the bus, everything was going very well until we reached the bottom of a hill called Wolmer Hill, and the clutch stripped on the bus, and he could not make it up the hill.
Oops!
So he said to us, "It's only a 10-minute walk to Castle Howard, and the next bus is 2 hours away." So we got out of the bus, and we started to walk. And we walked. And then we walked some more, but we must say the scenery was very beautiful, and then we got to the castle walls, and then we still had some walking to do. Well, after an hour, we finally arrived at Castle Howard. Not the 10 minutes the bus driver said, but it certainly was well worth it. Castle Howard was built in the 18th century, and it has some very impressive architecture, decoration, and some very beautiful gardens, which we'll see at the end. It has art, antiques, a lot of historical artifacts. There's artists such as Gainsborough and Canaletto. The castle is also the scene of many featured films and television shows, including Brideshead Revisited and Bridgerton. As we neared the end of our tour through the castle, we started hearing some piano music, and then happened upon this young lady playing Clair de Lune in the long hall, and she was absolutely delightful. We finished our tour inside at the chapel, which was built in the 1730s with a Baroque interior, and the chapel was designed by Sir Thomas Robinson, who was the architect for many of the castle's most impressive features. As mentioned earlier, the castle has been the site of many, many TV shows and feature films. Now, we go through this list pretty quickly, and there isn't time to read the descriptions, but it gives you an idea of how extensively the castle was used in filming. We conclude our visit at Castle Howard by visiting the gardens. They cover over 1,000 acres, and there's a formal garden that is particularly impressive with lots and lots of flowers. We highly recommend that you plan enough time to be able to spend a significant amount of time in the gardens, especially during the summer when the flowers are blooming. Well, that wraps up our trip to Castle Howard, and we took the bus, the Castle Line bus, back to York. This time, we didn't have to walk. On the next day, some friends from the Lake District came down and picked us up in York, and we drove 23 miles north of York to a little town called Thirsk, which is right in the middle of the Yorkshire Dales. Why Thirsk? Well, it is the home of one James Herriot, who chronicled his time as a veterinarian in this town. And it was the birthplace of All Creatures Great and Small, both the book, the movie, and the TV series. You can wander through the home and also back into the TV set and see some of the sets that are for All Creatures Great and Small, the PBS series. And upstairs, there's a little place where you can practice your veterinary skills with some success. Let go of the poor thing. Also visit the church in Thirsk, which is featured in the PBS series All Creatures Great and Small. Next, we left Thirsk and drove along the North Moors National Park on our way to Whitby and Whitby Abbey. Whitby Abbey is a ruined abbey on the east coast of North Yorkshire, and the abbey was founded in the 7th century by the Anglo-Saxon king Oswy. It was rebuilt by the Normans in the 12th century. As you can see, it's situated on the headlands above the town of Whitby and offers absolutely stunning views of the North Sea. Finally, we finish up by making the long drive back to York, and along the way we pass a couple of early warning radar installations. Thanks for watching, and here's a couple other videos that you may be interested in. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and leave any comments if you wish. Thanks.